Hello everybody, welcome to Poland for live coverage from the CEV Champions League Volley 2023. It's the semi-finals of the men's competition. Two Polish teams are still standing, one Turkish and one Italian. And our feature match is JASTRZEBSKI Wegiel taking on Halkbank ANKARA in match 1 of 2 of this semi-final. Later on, we'll also be in Poland again as Zaksa, last year's champions, looking to make it 3 in a row, take on Perugia. However, all eyes on this match, on JASTRZEBSKI and Halkbank, to see who will get the early advantage, who can get the opening match win. It's not going to be easy for either side. It's the semi-finals. What do you expect?
What would you like to say before the match?
Yes, a really tough match, a difficult match for us and for them too. Really good players, and we will see. We will need play hard every rally to try to win.
What would you like to say about Halkbank's best side or the Titan side?
Halkbank have the really good player, huh? Really good spikers. Really good service too. I think it's the good play really good this Champions League. This year they play really good, and we need work really hard to win this match.
Okay, thank you and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Now, Halkbank is a semi-final and it's the first round, and you're gonna play against your countryman, I mean Marcelo Mendes. What would you say about the match, and did you talk before the match with him?
No, I didn't talk, but yeah, about the match, it's a tough match. It's semi-final of Champions League, so it's best 4 teams in Europe, and yeah, I expect a really big fight here and also in Poland.
What would you say about the strength side of the Wegiel?
Yeah, I would say in general their quality. They're like a really complete team in all aspects. For sure service will be, and I think also reception and side out they look like pretty strong.
Okay, thank you and good luck. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Soleil dans la baie, sur le plateau, shifter pro, contresens. Moi j'allais dire contresens.
Tunes, and just not quite so many tunes, but it's all the prep. It was all a little bit earlier on, but the Halkbank arena here in Ankara is ready and raring to go for this CEV Champions League Volley semi-final number 1. And it's been a brilliant CEV Champions League for Halkbank, that's for sure. Seeing off Kuchene Lube Civitanova in the quarterfinals. And what a clash that was, as they were pushed all the way by Lube. Or did they push Lube all the way? They won at home 3-1, they lost away 3-1. And then it went to the classic golden set, which Halkbank won 15-12 to book their place in this semi-final. Zaitsev was a top scorer for Lube. He got 32 points. Now, there was an interview just then with Nicholas Bruno. He had 2 points in that second match, and he was -2. He had 17 serves, 2 errors. So in terms of what he did, he just made sure his passing and defense was spot on. Didn't get that much to do in offense. A lot of the weight, the attack weight, was carried by Nimir, the Dutch international opposite powerhouse, who will get to see plenty of him. And another player who played really well was Thomas Jeski. Mert Matic will be playing through the middle. Expect to see plenty from him. He's normally a starter. Tomasz Jeski is the outside hitter, normally starts. Mika Ma, USA setter, has started. Nemir started. And the two middles have been, the two middles have been Yunus Teaz, as I mentioned, Mert Matic, and then Nicholas Bruno. So that's the squad for Ankara. The starting seven's very strong. It has to be said, no question of that, with Argentina, the USA and the Netherlands represented. It does fall away a little bit when you look at JASTRZEBSKI and who they have. They have players from the Czech Republic, France, Ukraine to call on. But the players, the Polish players as well, very high level indeed, and players who have played at the highest level. Fornal being one of them, just popping that one away. There is Nemir, who is really going strong in this Champions League. Always a go-to player, that's for sure. Knows he's going to be busy in this one, particularly if JASTRZEBSKI get their serving right and put pressure on. And from JASTRZEBSKI's point of view, Benjamin Toniutti will be pulling the strings, linking everybody up, and trying to make sure that the likes of Boyer, Klevno, Fornal, and Hadrava are all getting on the board, getting the points that are required to get the job done. Mbaye likely to start through the middle, Mustafa Mbaye. And David Dria has been the other middle blocker who started for JASTRZEBSKI. They had a pretty easy route to the semi-final. They got past Friedrichshafen 2-0, 3-0, 3-0 in the quarterfinals. But this now probably their toughest test. They may well have thought that getting here would be pretty tough, and certainly it has been. This, though, is going to be no easy game, that's for sure. The other semi-final, Zaxa taking on Perugia. Zaxa getting past Trentino in a golden set. The two teams that met in the Champions League super final last year, which Zaxa won. Zaxa, incredible. They weren't group winners. They weren't pool winners of this CEV. They came through the playoffs, got into the quarters. Now they're into the semis, and who knows whether they'll make it through to the final. Perugia have been a team that's just been a dream, the dream team that's had a dream season. They've only lost twice, Perugia. They lost in the domestically in the Super Cup semis, and then they've just lost one of their matches in the playoffs to Allianz Milano. They are currently 2-1 up in that series, best of 5 match series, coming here off the back of a win as well for their game in Zaxa. Just the last few phases of the warm-up for the two teams before we get down to the business of getting this match played and trying to get that win to set up the best possible scenario in the second match. And the scenario is this: you win 3-0 or 3-1, you get 3 points effectively. If you win 3-2, you get 2 and the other team gets 1. So if you win 3-0 or 3-0, you then only need 2 sets in the second match. So this game's so important, but it's not over if you don't get the win. And a 3-2 for either side is probably not a bad outcome, because it just comes down. That doesn't matter. Then it's any win. Any win will do, potentially, unless you're the 3-2 loser. Then you get a 3-2 win. Then it would go to a golden set and a race to 15. But at the moment, that's furthest from their minds. It's all about getting this job done and trying to get that all-important win and get one step closer, potentially, to going to the Champions League finals. JASTRZEBSKI just won their last home match against Radom. They won 3-0. And no doubt there'll be some of you watching this now, probably still at work. One eye on your laptop, one eye on your tablet maybe. For those of you supporting JASTRZEBSKI, fingers crossed for them. For those of you supporting Halkbank, similarly. Might be a bit difficult though for those of you who are still at work and supposed to be working, perhaps to keep your eyes off the tablet. Just hopefully for you the boss won't come in, or you won't get an all-important phone call to have to deal with. And if that's going to be the case, you want to get all that wrapped up before the match starts. As usual, Marcelo Mendes was he was exactly the same in his conversation in the last round. He was like, "Yep, tough team, tough players, play well. We need to play well." Classic, isn't it? Classic coaches chat, which is what you want, really. They're not going to give too much away. They're not going to be there going, "Right, yeah, we're going to do this. We know that that's a threat. We're going to do that, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen." Be lovely if they did. Referees waiting to get themselves out onto courts, get over the line and get this one up and running. Two very, very experienced referees in charge of this one, that's for sure. As always, we know if the refs have had a good game because we just don't notice them, do we? Alexander Petrovic is the first referee and Stefano Cesare the second official. Players lining up, everybody lining up. We're going to get the CEV anthem underway.
Milletimizin başı sağ olsun.
A minute silence, impeccably observed as you might expect. Final exchange of pleasantries for the coaching staff and the volleyball's sense and fans. Recognition by referees for this one. And take their position on the court. This is the lineup for Halkbank, and interesting. So Ulu Doğukan, the middle blocker, number 17, he came on. He was substituted in the last match of the Champions League in the quarterfinals and played in the golden set. So he's kept his place on court for the start of this semi-final game. That's a really good sign from him for him. As for the rest of the team, it's pretty much the same. No changes really. It's the strongest lineup that Jastrzębski put out. For now, Cleveland for the outside, Tonyuti setting Boyer opposite, and Mbai and Gladier in the middle blocking positions. Boyer keeping Jan Hadrava on the bench for the moment, the Czech Republic opposite player, but he may well come in as part of a double substitution with Emi Tervaporti, the Finnish international setter, which Jastrzębski have been doing during the course of this tournament. Interesting to see whether Jastrzębski targets Nicolas Bruno, given they would have seen his stats from the last game. It's not exactly eye-watering in terms of what he was up to, unless you're looking at it from the perspective of, my goodness, that wasn't really great. -2 in terms of his hitting stats. But passing was great, defense good, and that's probably, if you don't get that many swings, and even if you're in continuation, if you're passing well, and your setter can go elsewhere, it really doesn't matter how effective you are at the net, particularly. Which there's plenty of ways of looking at it. The players are ready, the crowd are ready, and I hope wherever you're watching, whatever you're watching on, you are ready too. We're about to get going. Jastrzębski Wegiel it is who is serving in the orange. Halkbank ANKARA in the blue and white receiving for the CEV Champions League Volley 2023 semi-final first match. And it's a great rally to get things going already. Couple of swings, ball not on the floor. It is now, and it's a massive block from Halkbank. All for a side out. Oh, it's Bruno who got it as well against Boyer. Nice. Yeah, Nimir, brilliant serving when he gets it going. Jastrzębski will be pretty pleased that that one hasn't gone anywhere near them. Mustafa Mbai now to serve. Good up from 4 now, must have just clipped the block. That was easily read. Good cover, Halkbank will have another go, so will Nimir. It's a bit tight, but brilliant strength at the net from Boyer, getting the better that time of Bruno. Ulu dragging it down in the end. Once again. Oh, that's a good touch. So that is that free ball for Halkbank. Well, they think they're going to go. They think that's 4 touches. Play continued, and luckily for Halkbank, they won the point. Can't challenge for 4 touches, I'm not sure, particularly. Just so before I even go down that rabbit hole. Generally, you challenge 4 touches because it's a net touch or block touch, wouldn't you? On that respect, but it's kind of the only times you see it. So it'll be interesting what might have happened in that one had we gone to any kind of inquiry. Serve from Bruno. He had 17 serves in the last match, only made 2 errors, so he was putting pressure on. He's done it again. He may not be scoring aces, but he's putting his opposition out of system. Error from Boyer. Up by a point. Oh, goodness, that is massive. It's a huge ace. Absolutely tonked that one, did Boyer. Oh, he went for the same spot. He left JASTRZEBSKI with exactly the same movement of just only being able to turn his head. Fortunately for JASTRZEBSKI, that one didn't make it in. Easy one for Fornal, and they'll run the pipe off the back of it as well. That's lovely volleyball from JASTRZEBSKI. Middle's committed. There's no chance at all that Mika Mar's going to help out with that. Cleve, no. Oh, that's just magnificent. A little bit of inquiry. What is Nimir doing? Why has he stood right inside the block like that? Because Valkan was then the other side and there was no one to play the line shot. Having a little chat about it. Oh, it doesn't help as well that Mars jumped off the net. There's nobody there on the line. Nice cover. A chance for JASTRZEBSKI, but he's not found any hands. Unforced error for Ankara, and it's a 3-point lead for the visitors at the moment. Timeout called by Ankara. Fornal was a little ahead of the game, so couldn't get a full swing. He can get a full swing now, though. Oh, yes! Didn't he just? He's just rattled that one cross court. Plays pinball here with JASTRZEBSKI and Bruno. Ankara have just changed their lineup a little bit from the last match. They've switched, which is switched and swapped, mixed into one. It's a new word. They changed. They had Mika Ma at 2 and Nimir at 5, and they've kept everything else the same, but they've switched those two. So Nimir started at 2 and Mika Ma at 5. So that also means that outside hitter 1 is now outside hitter 2, etc. And the other change is the fact that Ulu starts. They can do nothing about that swing from Boyer. No changes at all for JASTRZEBSKI. Didn't work for Gladier. Gladier, Ukrainian international. Let's go for the middle for this one. Oh yes, lovely ace serve from JASTRZEBSKI. Oh, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. Good cover. That's what you need. Somebody has to be outside that 3-meter line. And well played by Fornal, but that's all down to the brilliant work of Popizek with the covering. So many times when the attack comes, everyone's crowded into the 3-meter line, which is pretty much where they all are for that one, and then no one can make a cover. Really strong rotations now for JASTRZEBSKI as they have 3 huge front row attackers blockers, but no one's stopping that. It's a free swing for Mert Matic. That was huge from him. Klevno's apologising because he didn't help out. Not sure he could have done much even if he did. He couldn't help out, could make a defence. Look at that. Fornal didn't get involved. It was more a case of it needs to be a tougher serve if they're going to stop. Ankara playing that shot, playing the middle. That's a great ball in. Options are plenty. Just enough from Klevno. Did well not to go through the under the net with this one. Good touch. Just free ball for Ankara. They've got a chance now to convert. Well played, Bruno. Ramrod straight in the air. A really fast arm to put that one away. So much line to work with. Second time to the serving line for Nemir. Last time the net got to feel how hard his serve was. This time it's a really good serve. But it's a really good side out as well to back it up by JASTRZEBSKI. So far so good for them. They've got the lead, they're holding on to it. They. Oh, it's a massive block from Klevno. He loved that. You get one-on-ones at this level against someone like Nemir, they're worth a free swing as good as. The feeling is probably better when you can make this kind of a block. Oh, and it goes down like that. There's no better feeling, I think. A lot of players would probably agree. Spikers would know when they get blocked like that. Well played. Really good set from Mikamari. Everything's been drawn over to the right side of the court. And then he goes back the other way to open up all the space. Watch what JASTRZEBSKI do. They're all kind of shifting that way a bit. They've all got to then try and get back out. No chance for Gladiator to get out there. Big gaps in the block. Good serve. Great use of the block. That's world-class hitting from Klevno, as you might expect from Olympic gold medalist, Volleyball Nations League gold medalist. That's definitely the area to go, isn't it? There's been a few of those now. JASTRZEBSKI have done their homework. They're looking at the way that Thomas JASTRZEBSKI passes. 3 balls have hit that corner. One's landed in, it's been ace. The other 2 have had the same reaction from JASTRZEBSKI of, I'm not going to get it. Mind you, he probably knew it was going out. Well, that's well played by Fornal. Interesting as to what on earth Mikamar was doing. back to serve. 4-point lead for all the visitors at the moment, looking pretty good. Great pickup. Oh, that was fortunate maybe for JASTRZEBSKI, because that ball has been tipped from the 3-meter line to past the 3-meter line. It's gone 7 meters. That's a brilliant pickup by Popovjak. And then that ball should never have hit the floor, should it? And Ankara know it. They've called another timeout here. Good touch. So is that. There's a chance. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Brilliant. Benjamin Toniutti. He might be one of the smallest players on the court, but this is a huge play from him. He knows what's going on, and at this moment, nobody was paying attention to him. More pressure on Ankara. Nice swing that from JASTRZEBSKI, just to ease that pressure a little bit. They're 5 behind, there are still plenty of points to play with. They now move into a strong series of rotations themselves, with Ma back to serve. That's a bit of a frustrator. Once again giving the net a good seeing to with his serve. Nice pass. Oh, brilliant block. Matic made the commit and it worked out perfectly. By with the block. The ball could go anywhere. When it clips the net like that, bobbles around, just don't know where it's going to go. Drawing towards the end of this first set. It's looking pretty good so far for JASTRZEBSKI. And they won't be taking anything for granted. Just a run of points and suddenly it's game on again, that's for sure. As far as Ankara are concerned, this is a good way to go about starting that run, getting the side out. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, it's come off the hands. A little bit of luck for 4 now, but that's set from Toniutti. How he just waits, holds, and then goes behind. Look at the way he creates that space for himself and the time to make that set. Good leave that from JASTRZEBSKI. Sends Nimir back. This is the chance now that Ankara have. They're probably their only chance. 3-point serving run. One in it, brilliant. That's where they want to try and get to, if not get in front. What can they do? They've got a free ball. And a break point. That is why the risk-reward of serving is what it is, and why you have to go for it. When it's in, look at it. I mean, that you're not playing pass, you're playing defense. Ankara have a much-needed point. Can he do it again, Nimir? Oh, it's not a bad effort. Look at this, they're well out of system here. Chance for another break point. Just phenomenal from Nimir. There's going to be a timeout coming. But absolute sure from Jastrzębski. They're not going to let him go and serve 3 in a row. What a massive swing this is. Timeout, cool. Jastrzębski got to get off this rotation, got to get off this serve. Oh, I say, free ball again for Ankara. 3 points in a row, 3 break points, all off the back of Nimir's huge serving, and they are now right back in this set, 1 away from Jastrzębski, courtesy of Nimir. Swing that from Lulu. Blocking substitution. He's a 99 outside hitter coming in for Bruno, who's only 188. Will he stay on? We'll have to wait and see, but that's just what Jastrzębski needed. They've got off that rotation. They are still now pretty much in the driving seat. They've got a 2-point cushion. It's certainly by no means as comfortable as it was, that's for sure. Well, thanks to that man, from Ankara's point of view. Nagrava coming in to serve. Goodness me, really, really good lead that is from Volkan. Bruno back in, back on, ready to serve. This is all about Jastrzębski's side-out game now. The one thing that Ankara don't want is to have walked away, lose this 25-23. And think, oh, that was respectable, we were in that, but they weren't, were they? There was that 3-point serving run from Nimir that brought them back into it, but someone else has to do something from Ankara's perspective here, or rely on an error from Jastrzębski inside out. On comes the captain. Ashla Nekshi, 33-year-old setter. Oh yes, oh magnificent! Touch-tastic and then bounce-tastic from Jastrzębski. What a swing that was from Gladiator. But what incredible defense from Ankara to keep the ball off the floor. Superb reactions, but free ball, and Gladiator does the rest. It's a tough one, and he's all in the net, Ismar. He'll have to keep going to trapeze school if he's going to be able to stop himself from catching the net. Set point then for Jastrzębski. Saved by Jeski. Asmar got something up his sleeve. It's dealt with by Cleveneau. Boyer for the set. Oh, good up. What a touch from Bruno. That's a bit too tight. Oh, was that invasion? Can't check. Got to play on. And Boyer gets it off the block and away. But it doesn't matter. They've won the set. Tonyuti can get as upset as he likes. Just focus on the volleyball. They won it in style, and they have the opening set. Did look like Namir might well have tried and pinch that, didn't he, in the middle of the rally? But you just got to play on. All sorts of shenanigans happening, but fair play to Boyer. Too quick for the camera. And too good for Ankara. 25-22. They'll be absolutely delighted with that. Jastrzębski with that start away from home. Taniatic knows he's got a bit of work to do now. Set statistics, easy for me to say. 2 blocks to 1, 15, so 5 difference in attack for Jastrzębski. Reception was probably better for Ankara by the looks of that. But it's just that run, wasn't it? And that's the thing, that I mentioned it in the, kind of alluded to it really. But for those of you that watch volleyball, you're like, oh, why do they miss their jump serves all the time? Because when they get them in, as Namir did, they are worth points. And it's all about the break point. So from that perspective, the way that the game gets viewed is, well, I might as well go up and hit it as hard as I possibly can and try and either score an ace, get an overpass, get you out of system, get a really a chance for us to play, have a go and score ourselves again in attack, as opposed to just give you the easiest ball possible and we get it straight back without any chance of scoring a point. Will make it really difficult. So it's that risk reward, and you've got to try and balance that out. Set 2 underway, Nimir with the serve for Ankara. They're 1-0 down against JASTRZEBSKI, for those of you just tuning in. And Klevno's squeaked that past the block very nicely. Did well not to get called for a catch ball. It looked to be a bit sticky, didn't it? But just tagged the block. And by back to serve. It's a good serve. Well played, Bruno. He was off out to have a swing. He did really well to go and get that. As he landed that one in, he hasn't quite, Nimir. Goodness me, that would have been spectacular if he'd done so. And the cheekiest of side-outs, really. He nearly made it. 2-0 for the visitors. Bruno's made it. He squished that one right down to tag the line. JASTRZEBSKI think no. We're just going to go to the computer. Stefano Cesari saying, step away, lads. We got this. We'll go for a video check. Any part of the ball tags any part of the line. That's what they're looking for. Sometimes difficult with a regular broadcast camera to see it because there's only 60 frames max in a broadcast camera. The video check cameras have up to 250 frames, and because the ball travels at such a fast speed, if you use the broadcast camera, you might not actually see the ball hit the floor. By the time it goes through the frame, you might see it before it hits the floor, and then the next shot you see is as it's bounced up again. So that's why they use video check cameras. Oh, they're looking for a block touch challenge. Oh, that looks like it's come off the side of him. So they were looking, I thought they were looking for ball in out. They weren't. They were looking for block touch. That does look to have clipped of his very large traps, doesn't it? Of Boyer. But again, broadcast camera doesn't really give you a good view, particularly. Did catch it, and it has gone their way. So cool. Oh, and a great block to back it up. Ulu is all over that one. Well played. Nice work to get out of the way of that. Get a really good idea of the speed and the ball movement when you see the play from end on. And for those of you, when you get to go to watch a game of volleyball, you're kind of used to watching it side on and tend to go and see a game and watch it side on. If you get the chance, at least for a set, watch it end on. It changes the game completely. Good ball. I think Matic might pinch that away from JASTRZEBSKI. Oh dear. Jeski, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Got him again. Oh. See that coming. Just trouble with these big middle blockers, especially if someone give you a pat on the back. Goodness me, you feel it. You get the unexpected slap in the chest, you definitely feel it. Played Matic to dig that one out. Well played. Ankara get the point. They're in front. Play from Nimir, he's unlucky. Sorry, from Bruno. He's unlucky with that. It's come off of his arm and gone the way it went. But this swing from Fornal, 3 blockers. He's not looking for court, he's looking for high hands. And that means that you've got to be on the perimeter of the court as a defense for that kind of ball. Challenge this, you know. Bruno, 1m88. Great example of how you don't have to be the tallest. There's nothing wrong with that, it's Milesy. You don't have to be the tallest players to play at the highest level. You just got to be good at what you do. In this case, the likes of Bruno, got to be brilliant. Crowd really getting behind their team now. Lovely block from Bruno. He's having a great game. Matic. It's been missed from Boyer. It's not his favourite spot, Boyer, hitting on that side of the court. He's overcut that. That's what they called one of the visitors. Matic once again. Shemsky looking for this side out. They will get it. No Libero on court. Matic and Nimir not the most agile, not the quickest to get to the floor either, the pair of them. So a very well placed tip ball from Bai. excellent from Klevno. Brilliant. Tonyuti's mixing it up really well, and he's got his team right back level now. A 3-point deficit has now become a 1-point lead. Brilliant blocking from Klevno. Lovely touch to put this into transition now for Klevno to try and do something with it. Great covering by Ma. And Nemir does exactly what he's supposed to. That's the job of the opposites, also known as the correctors. He's correcting the situation here for Ankara. That's a lovely pass right from the sideline as well, and then it opens up all the options. That's the value of a pinpoint accuracy on passing. Ma's in a good spot. Now there's 4 players running against 3 blockers, advantage the attackers in that situation. Too far away from Nemir, too close to the advertising boards. Bruno will be a little bit disappointed with himself. He didn't keep that one in play. It came at him though really quickly, didn't it? Probably a tad too far into court as well. His timing not quite right. However, Gladier's blocking, perfect. Absolute monster block, that one, which just silenced the crowd here in Ankara. Ace serve! That one dropping like a stone right in front of Bruno and Jeski, and they couldn't make up their mind who was going to take it. I'm not sure Klevno even meant it. but it worked. Me. That one has just put a dent in the floor from Fornell. That was unlucky from Ankara, the way that it spun up onto the net again. That's volleyball. It's a nice set from Namir, wasn't it? Fornell, I'm sure he'll thank him later. That's a tidy side out from Namir. Interestingly, and some of you may not know this, Namir started out life as a setter, switching to an opposite attacker. Too pleased with that set though to Fornell earlier on. Good cover. Oh, what a dig by Boyer. That is just impressive, beyond measure. World-class out-of-system play, this from Jastrzębski. What, too late in the press, they pressed it down their own side. Wonderful touch. You've got to have that range of shots. Boyer showing exactly that. This time giving that ball just a little caress over the top of the block. Over the top of Bruno. Jastrzębski back in the driving seat in this set. Timeout called by Ankara. That was taken so quickly from Matic. There was absolutely no time for the block to get anywhere near it. But did it touch the block? How quickly he's up on this. Oh, I don't think he did touch the block. He didn't land in either. Great cover from Boyer, but he takes it away from Clevenot. It is Ankara's point. Excellent. Going into the middle in transition. It puts so much pressure on the other side because it's just something that kind of, you might say you don't expect it, but you look at that and Bai isn't ready for it. He's just not ready for that at all. Get locked up in the rally. goodness me, that's brilliant. Better from Boyer. Last time he was over there, he tried the line. That didn't work. Try the whole of the court, cross court. That works. Speed of the ball is always going to be quicker than the speed of the man. Boyer again. That little cuff away, using the block speed. That's a massive serve, but look at that great linking in by Fornal. But he's given it too much. The adrenaline rush. And so, just like that again, as it was in the last set, Igit coming in to do the business this time. And they are 19-20, just as they were in the last set. Fornal just losing his bearings slightly. That is such a massive swing from Klevno. Unforced error from the Mir. That is just what you don't want, particularly at the business end of a set. A much needed side out. That net just slowed it down enough, and it might well stay in play. It will do, but it's free ball Ankara. They're going to get another chance. And they make sure of it with that one. They needed to as well. Again, the crowd goes crazy as JASTRZEBSKI brings Ankara back to within one. Really good transition, break point for Ankara. And timeout called by JASTRZEBSKI. Set point it is then. And for JASTRZEBSKI, they've got a couple of chances here as well, because even if Ankara side this out, at least JASTRZEBSKI will have the same chance themselves. Oh, off the chest, but not going to stay in. The flex of the pecs from Fornal. Set point saved by Mimir. Oh, it's still going. There's a massive foot though from Matic, and no one spotted it. His foot was way across the bottom of the net, and they will take it now, but I'm pretty sure Matic's leg came around and his foot was under the net, but everyone was watching the ball and watching the contacts the other side. There we go. Matic's then, his foot, as he played that ball, his toes over the line. But they've got the point, barring any challenge going on here now. Goodness me, what an exciting end to the set. It's 25-22, 25-23. JASTRZEBSKI are just one set away from wrapping this one up and having a really good lead going into the second match.
Yes, Mr. Mendes. What was your pre-match plan and did it work so far?
Yes, yes, yeah, really hard match, really tough match. Both teams play really good. They have Halkbank have really good service and attack really good. We need play. We need to keep the focus all time to try to win this set.
Okay, thank you and good luck. Thanks a lot.
Well, there you have it. Very exciting, isn't it? All still to play for. Coaches giving their views and having their say, but it's all now down to what the players can do for Ankara. Can they get the fans cheering again? Or will JASTRZEBSKI manage to see it over the line?
Hocam 2-0 gerideyiz. Şimdiye kadar eksik olan neydi?
Eksik olan atak. Top öldürmemiz lazım. Özellikle geri ataklarda daha yüksek yüzdeyle top öldürmemiz lazım. Onun dışında takım dengesini buldu diye düşünüyorum. Atak seviyemizi yakaladığımız takdirde maçı dengeleyebileceğimize inanıyorum.
Çok teşekkürler hocam. Kolay gelsin.
Yeah, just having a little check of the tablet. Where am I on court exactly? Waiting for that whistle. Set 3 underway. 4-0 serve. Oh, and it's an ace serve start as well. He just took enough off of that to catch Thomas JASTRZEBSKI by surprise. It's a tough one as well. He's serving right over the top of Ulu. Difficult for JASTRZEBSKI to see perhaps exactly everything that's going on. And they're getting a good sight of that one. They think there's a big throw. The referee says just play on. Good up. That's a nice touch. Has that caught fingers? Oh, no, it hasn't. And Jeski's the first to admit it. Ooh, what a good serve that is from Bide. And it's not all about the jump serves at times, it's that jump float serve. When this ball travels like it does, it's on a line, it's just tricky to know where it's going to come down. Guzmiolu didn't really have a clue, did he? Much better ball this time. And really good hustle, such speed. That ball just over the top of Ulu. Jeski on a second tempo-ish ball, really. Sometimes referred to as pistons. With the one going up, coming down, the next one comes up. Nice pass that from Clevenose, containing the ball well. And then Boyer using all of his height, which is exceptional. What can Boyer do from the serving line? Goodness me, it's so fast, isn't it? It's too fast for the camera at times. It's a great lead by Ankara. Ulu back to serve. Touch. Unfortunately for Gladia, he's made a really good dig, but he's dug it into the crowd. A lot of players that are involved in this game. Going to be seeing at the Volleyball Nations League later on this year. France, USA, Poland. That's well dealt with. That ball had a wicked amount of spin on it. But it's Ankara who've got a chance. Jeski steaming in. That was wonderful. The speed of that attack. Mara had picked him up in his peripheral vision. He knew where he was coming. This is great volleyball. Unforced error gives Ankara a 2-point lead. Two of the biggest opposites in the world of volleyball. When they get it right, it's just another level and then some. When they get it wrong, they'll do all human. Whether Tonyuti will go back to Boyer to get him back in it again, not with that pass. And now Fornell may have missed the hands, and he has done. Barring any challenge. This is brilliant from Ankara. They're up by 3 early in the set. In a set they know they really do have to win to stay in this match, but also to give them something to go into the next one with if they don't take the fourth. But they'll be looking to try and get the next 3 here and turn this 2-set deficit into a 3-2 win. Good work that. Just knowing there was no swing, so play it into the block and out, making sure the block has the last touch. This is the biggest lead that Ankara have had. Biggest amount of pressure that JASTRZEBSKI have had. These players know all too well that there's still so many points to play with. There's certainly nothing for them to be overly worried about, unduly bothered. They can chip away, that's the plan. Get the odd break point here and there. Free ball, which will help them to get a break point. Oh, good up. So was that. Oh, well played by Ankara. They really hung into that rally to make the side-out play. Wonderful pieces of individual skill on both sides. That was brilliant. That was fantastic. On the block, doing exactly what it needed to. Tough one, just a tad behind for now, couldn't get a full swing. Oh, I say, Ulu can. What a wonderful set from Mikama to find him as well. JASTRZEBSKI were at 6s and 7s, they didn't have the middle blocker in the right spot. And Ma took full advantage. Timeout called by the visitors here. Oh, wow, what a block. Ulu again, he's all over the place, isn't he? You can see exactly why, having come in as a substitute in the last Champions League match, helping Ankara to take the golden set, he's kept his place on court with the team. It's an ace, is it? Not quite. They're going to check that, though. That looked more in than out. Is it in? It is. The roar tells you all you need to know. This must-win set for Ankara. Looks like it is going to go their way if they continue playing like this. It's a massive lead, 14-7. It's not the team we saw in the first two sets, is it? That's concentration if ever you've seen it from Ulu. He's got another, has he? Not quite. Popivchak trying to get the players going. Pass by Jeski. Ma knows Ulu's playing well when he wants the ball, so he's going to give it to him. Solid side out that from an excellent serve off of by Nemir. By. Ulu is playing some of the best volleyball of his career right now. Just too far away from Popivchak, try as he might. Jeski comes up with the point. And Ankara looking very, very strong in this third set. It's all about the speed of that ball from Tonyuti to find Gladiator, that being as far off the net as he is. Look where Tonyuti gets to, and then he's got to ping it in. And he does exactly that. Miteva Porti's come in, so too will as Jan Hadrava, so double substitution to keep three front row attackers, put a bit of pressure onto the net here. Hadrava can't stop that one though. There was a touch in the block. Ankara have the side out. Can sometimes be the way. That's another big point. You get 2-0 up, you're in control, and maybe sometimes players think the job's done. By Jastrzębski. Fans are definitely happier with the way things are going right now. Good serve from Ma. Not sure Klivno was expecting it, but it does look, doesn't it, as if Jastrzębski just stopped playing. Kemar not giving them a sniff of anything right now. Shimura on. Mendes just taking the starters off. He knows the writing's on the wall for this set. It's going to give him a bit of a rest early. You get to see that serve end on there from Gladiator, and he was aiming to go to position 5, and then he swipes across it too steeply to make the error. Just he's really got his serve going at all in this match. Nowhere for Hyderabad to go. Ankara are on the road here to taking this set without question. 22-12, a 10-point lead, and they only need 3. It would be the turnaround of all turnarounds, wouldn't it, if Jastrzębski could take it. Well played by Fornal. 3 blockers, 3 meters off the net, and gets the block out. Serhat is going to have a little run out. Meter 98 opposite, 35 years of age. Oh, rotation error. And Stefano Cesari has called that because they were stood either out of rotation already, or was so far out of rotation that he has to call it. And Ma's upset. It's not terrible. If you're out of rotation, you're out of rotation. And look at, he's out of rotation. Those are the rules, whether you like it or not. Players push them as far as they can, but if he was stood out of rotation to begin with. Couple of points required then for Ankara to wrap up this 3rd set, send us into a 4th. Just about got enough on it, but there's a chance, and it means but Jastrzębski have to come again, and Fornal does clean it all up. Token points, you think, for the visitors here. Tonucci and Boyer back in. What a good dig by Fornal. Oh, it's overcut. That was a chance, but Shimura doesn't do what he needed to, or did he? I thought he'd overcut that for a moment. He's played it perfectly, right into the corner. Work by Ma. Oh, well played. Tonucci so far inside the block. He wasn't able to get the ball to the line, and it's set point now for Ankara. What a way to wrap up the set. A triple block and a 25-16 win for Ankara. We are going to a fourth. Ma gets in on the action. Much better third set from Ankara. They turn it around in style as well after losing the first two to take the third 25-16 and set up a fourth. It's unlikely there'll be any change in personnel for Jastrzębski. They'll be bringing back on Cleveland. Boyer and Tonucci will start. Mbai and Gladier through the middle with Fornal, the other outside hitter. Popivšak's played okay. He'll keep his place. They just need to step up, go back to where they were in sets 1 and 2, where they were pushed all the way by Ankara. This is the tail of that last set. More attacks from Jastrzębski, but more just a better overall play. 4 blocks, 3 aces. Those are huge. That's 7 points. That's a really big difference in terms of the things that aren't the definitive of what you want to do in a match. Blocks, it's not about the number of block points. There's a little bit of a chat going on here, and this will be because of the issues in that last set. The players talking to the second referee, and the first ref just say, look, we're having none of this. Just get on with playing. We'll get on with the reffing. Thank you. Blocking is not about making block points. Blocking is about trying to slow the ball down, trying to make some touches so you can help your defenders, trying to guide the ball to where your defenders are as well. If you do make blocks for points, they're brilliant, but they are not the be-all and end-all of what you're trying to do when you're setting up your defense. And again, ace serves are great. They are the the ultimate in what you want to do, but it's getting the team out of system is the key. Trying to limit their attacking options when you're serving and give yourselves the best chance of playing some block defense. All the things that Ankara did well in the last set. Away we go then with set number 4. No way for Cleveland to put that one on the floor, but Fornal can just about. More pinball city going on as that ball just ricochets off everybody. Somehow kept back in play by Ma. And back to the serving line. Still getting the job done. Boyer just mashing it up off the hands and away. That looked a little bit 80s, didn't it? First hand. A bit of catch and throw, but it wasn't. Power tip. That's good. Good speed again from Tonyuti. Just enough from Klivno just to get it through the gap. Oh, unlucky. Tonyuti trying to get a foot on it. He's not a football player, is he? Lovely. Great movement. For those of you wanting to be great setters, for those of you who are trying to get ideas from watching these players, Tonyuti's movement is phenomenal. Look where he is, look where he gets to, he's back in a good position, he creates the space then so that Gladia can come in and have that swing. Wonderful play. Doing everything he could to try and get on top of that, to try and get the angle he wanted. But look at this, what a start in this set for Jastrzębski now. Up by 3. First step from Fornal was away from the ball. The first step needs to be into the ball ideally. He's stepped, he's away from it. He's never going to get there, to be fair. Popišák was a bit late. Volleyball is all about being linked in to the play, turning to keep your shoulders, keep your chest facing the play as much as possible so that you can chase the ball down, you can move towards it. The further up the levels you go, particularly inside out, when you're at the net, players tend to just back off and turn their head because they expect 99.9% of the time the ball to go where it should. Although off jump serves, if you do that, you could be in trouble. You really have to turn and face the passing unit. Good leave. Good lead on Jastrzębski. Big hits on either side at the moment. So far, so good. Jastrzębski just holding on to this advantage. Massive, and a massive raw to back it up as well. So far, Ankara have had 9 block points to Jastrzębski's 3. Well, they've worked that pike magnificently well. Ankara have had 5 aces to Jastrzębski's 4. Lovely, Maktic gets so high, doesn't he? Finds him very nicely. In terms of actual points scored overall, Ankara outscored Jastrzębski because of that 25-16 set win. made more errors than the visitors. All in all, looking good so far. Nice work this from Boyer. Cuffs it away to 1. If your middle's hot, then you're going to go to them, particularly if you've got the ball in to do it. Nadia tries to get up, but he's not got the angle at all of what Matic is doing. Zulu, who's kept his place on court, he's done well actually, coming in. He's taken over from Bruno. Boyer. Oh, he's just come up with a monstrous serve, hasn't he? Zmiolu has just been pretzeled by this one. He's been twisted and turned. And it's a ace serve for Boyer. Timeout called by Ankara. Watch that from Ma. That's lovely from Czeski. He's got 3 blockers. Uses peripheral vision really well. He sees the ball, he sights the block, he finds the gap, and he gets the point. Nice touch. That's great work from Fornal and finished off by Boyer. That's a big point. Cleveland to try and bring some heat from the serving line. Might mix it up and turn it into a floater. He hasn't. He's gone with the heater. Too far away from Popivšak. As good as a pass as you can expect at this level off of that serve, which means the middle gets run, and despite the best efforts of Ankara, they're unable to keep that ball in play. He's due to get one in soon, isn't he? Little help from the net. Oh, Fornal! Huge on Nimir! monster block. And he absolutely loves it as well. He's reached way into the line. JASTRZEBSKI more than capable of getting a couple of points from the serving line, putting that pressure on. Just don't want to be trying too hard though, because then when you are trying too hard, try not to make errors. You can tense up a little bit, get a little bit frustrated, and it can affect the way you play. You want to try and stay loose and relaxed and controlled. Like that from Mika Ma. Tonyuti got one earlier on in the game. Mars waited for his moment to respond, and he gets one as well. Second ball, option attack. Ma style. I might get another go here. Yes, of course he will. That's the quality of Tonyuti. That's the quality of these world-class setters. Not, oh, well, you didn't make it this time, I'm going to go somewhere else. Well, no, actually, here you go. Have another go. Good lead. And he gets Mark back to the serving line. This is where Ankara will want to really make the most of this strong rotation. Namir at the net, Matic at the net, and Zinoglu at the net as well. Well, they'll get it done from the serving line. They don't need the players at the net. Brilliant from Mika Ma. Micah once again, what's he got this time? They were waiting for that one. Boyer makes a huge block. The ball is down before any net touch has been made. They are having a little look to check though. That's what they need to be able to do. They might see a net touch, but they also need to be able to see whether the ball has hit the floor before the net touch occurs. If that's what they are looking for here. That's the vital component to this call. Micah deciding to go to the middle on the transition play, which is a good shout. Boyer stepped in, he helping out hugely. Looking for the net touch. And the ball, this is where they're going to see there's no foot fault, the ball is down. And so that was what they were actually looking for, a foot fault as well. So that's a good shot of the ball. As soon as the ball hits the floor, nothing's happened at the net. That's it, rally over. Oh, what a ferocious hit from JASTRZEBSKI, who was just having a little bit of banter with Fornal at the net and Klevno. He's been ruthless with that swing. Once that whistle goes, it's back to business, and JASTRZEBSKI doing the business. Interesting kit, isn't it? Yashemski's got. It's like an old football kit from the 90s. Retro's good though. So that Ankara's kit's also pretty cool. Good serve. Well up, but Mars out of the option to put a decent ball in play. Oh, well saved by Tonyuti! Nimir, he's slowed down, and now there's a really good chance. Lots of players moving, and Fornal comes steaming through. Oh, but he's made a... No, he hasn't made a fault. And the referee quickly changed his mind because Fornal kept his feet on his own side, and he used his hands to stop him going through the net. Look at that pickup, marvellous. And then Fornal does just enough to stay on his own side and not make the infringement. For the speed of this attack, kept his hands, his feet on his own side of the net. That was all good. 4-point lead now for Yashemski. Bruno's back in. Misulu is out. Kamar trying to get the team riled up now, get them ready to get back into this. There's 3 in it. It's so close. Anyone gets a serving run and they can turn this one around for Ankara. And anyone does it for Yashemski can probably take this one away and really sew up the match. Starts with Matic. What can he do? They're going to go for touch. They're convinced that this was touched in the block. Oh yeah, it had a different spin on it, didn't it? It looked like it... Well, we'll soon see. Czeszki's not admitting to anything just yet. There was indeed a big touch. It's one for the referee. He's never going to be able to see that unless there's a complete deviation because it goes through the arms of Czeszki. And if there's a slight clip of the forearm as it moves through, really difficult. That's more like it. Nimir transforms the shape of the ball with that swing. He'll look to do it again from the serving line, just like set 1. This is where he needs that 3-point run. Not necessarily from aces, but from free balls back if he can. It's a good serve. It's reduced the options. It has to go wide. The block's ready and waiting, and now there's a chance. But it's a bit tight. Good blocking from Yashemski. And they're going to have another go themselves here. What a rally. Good up from Bruno. Oh no! How did he get away with that? And still we continue. Not any longer. Gladiator puts it on the floor. That's a big rally. Fornal's looking like he's gasping for breath, but Ulu with that set somehow got away with it. And then it is Yashemski who come up with it. That was a big moment. A chance for Ankara to go 17-19. But the timeout comes and it's 16-20. Good set. He was way over the top of that ball. He must have been millimetres away from it when Mbai had the swing. JASTRZEBSKI, can he get a run going? That's a lovely pass from Fornal. Oh, somehow Klevno didn't carry it, no catch ball, and it will be a point for JASTRZEBSKI. I think it just hit Klevno and came up. He knew nothing about this. It was a great block. It just hits him, up it goes, and then Fornal gets the block out. Lovely set from Mike Amar. They'll have another chance here. Oh no! Good save from Namir. Oh, what a shame. Micah looks at the floor as if to say, oh, just lost his footing, didn't he? He wanted to go over on two and then make out to have the set, and he just lost his footing. And JASTRZEBSKI are able to profit. That's a great touch. Bit of work to do. Oh, done magnificently well. Igit, from way off the net, somehow comes up with a magnificent point. Wonderful swing. Ekşi coming in, Ulu going out. Ulu's had a great game, he really has. Ekşi coming on to serve, the captain, as he did earlier on in the game. Not a bad serve. It had Tonyuti full stretch, wasn't a full swing from Gladir, but Namir could not deal with it. JASTRZEBSKI now 2 away from taking the match. Ulu goes off, comes on to go off, so the libero can come in. It'll be Fornal with the serve. Well, they think, oh, they think it come off Iggy. He's not going to admit to that at all. He's like, no, and that reaction says he probably did touch him. But you can't challenge for it. Let's see what the slow-mo says. Oh, it might have brushed his shoulder. We'll leave it at that. Might have. There's nothing those guys can do. You can't challenge for a ball coming off of the attacker and going out of play. Nothing to challenge. Micah Ma to serve again here. Can he get something going? That's a wonderful pass. And the side out brings up match point now for JASTRZEBSKI. Hadrava's coming on. And Hadrava, the Czech Republic international, seeing what he can bring from the serving line. Good work by JASTRZEBSKI, so the side out is achieved. We've still got another twist in this tail. to go wide. Chance for the block. And it's an unforced error, so a match point saved. I think we'll go back and serve again. Before a timeout's called though. A swing for it. Oh no, too tight. Another match point saved. This is brilliant stuff. This is a real test of character for Ankara as a team, but also for the server here. Wegiel. Did it again. Oh, it's another cracking serve. Cleveland once more, third time lucky, and he does it brilliantly with a tip ball into the space. And the set gets wrapped up 25-22. JASTRZEBSKI Wegiel take the match by 3-1. Well, the celebrations won't be in earnest just yet. Half the job done. But maybe for those of you supporting JASTRZEBSKI, perhaps a G&T to celebrate. 25-22, 25-23, 16-25, 25-22. Wrapping it all up 3-1. That means now, as far as JASTRZEBSKI are concerned, back to their place. 2 sets would be enough to put them through to the final. As Marcelo Mendes said, as we have a look at this match point, he knew that Ankara were a tough team. They showed that. That third set, 25-16, was a consummate set victory. It meant that JASTRZEBSKI had to regroup, refocus, and come out to play their best volleyball, which they did in set 4. And they managed to get themselves over the line. JASTRZEBSKI are taking on Perugia in the other semi-final. That's also happening today. And then on the 5th of April, JASTRZEBSKI will be taking on Ankara at their place. Perugia on the 6th will be taking on JASTRZEBSKI. All we know for now is JASTRZEBSKI have got half the job done. And they only need a couple of sets in the second match to wrap it all up. Could it be an all-Polish Champions League final? Still might be Turkey versus Italy. We just won't know until we know. Congratulations to Fornal on Player of the Match award. Just a bit part for Tervaporti, but an important one nonetheless.
Tamam mıyız? Hazır mıyız? Okay. At first of all, congratulations, coach. How do you evaluate the game?
Oh, it's not easy game, difficult game. This is the really battle. This is a really battle. Halkbank team serve really good, really strong, and it's difficult receive his service, their service. But in the final of the set, we play better than there. I am happy with the result. I wait for the next match.
Yes, you have a big advantage actually. Can you give me a percentage for the final?
Repeat, please.
Can you give me a percentage for the final?
I don't know. There are two really good teams. Two teams with the best player of a lot of national teams, and I think it's really close. I don't know. Give for you one result.
Thank you. Congratulations. Good
Thank you.
Bye.
Wise words from Marcelo Mendes, as you might expect. He knows that this job's not done. He also knows just how tough the opposition were. He said it as well, didn't he? How well that Mike Amar set in producing the options then and just keeping that pressure on Jastrzębski, particularly in set 3. They'll certainly be evaluating that set, looking back and making sure that they can avoid that from happening if they can in the return leg back in Poland. That just about wraps up our coverage as the game has come to an end. Half the job done by Jastrzębski, but it's not done and it's not over, and it will go back to Poland. The task for Ankara is they win 3-1 or 3-0 to take the tie into a golden set. Somewhere they've been before, somewhere that they have won from. They'll need to do it again in Poland in a week's time.
Okay. At first, so congratulations. And did you have an expectation like this result actually before the match?
We expect a big game, tough game, because they are playing really good. I think they almost don't lose any game at home, so it was nice to play here with the crowd. So thanks for the fans to come for this game, because it was a big fight, I think, and we see today the quality of Halkbank, because if they win the group and they beat also Lubec, Civitanova, means that it's a top team. And today they proved that that's a really difficult team to play, because they are putting a lot of pressure with the service. So, but we are happy to make this first step, but we just have to recover and think about the next one.
You have a big advantage for the final actually, and now there is a second round which is in Poland. What should I say about that? Can you give me a percentage for the final on your team?
Will be 50-50, because it's a new game. It's a new game, new story. So we don't have to think that we are already in Torino, because we do one step, but we have another one to do. We know that they will come and continue to push. So we have to be ready for a big fight in Jastrzębie.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Well, it's nice to hear from Tonyuti. Unexpected, but nice. And as he said, yeah, 50-50, great. They've got to win 2 sets, but that's no easy feat. They know they're a tough team. They were shown that today. Those are the stats from the match. But the job is pretty simple for Jastrzębski. 2 sets would be enough, but they've got to try and get them. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the volleyball. That is just about it from all of us now. Thank you so much for your company. We're back with you again soon.